I did mention that while we are in New York, we will be fishing one tournament. So today and probably tomorrow, we'll be pre-fishing. There we go. That's a bass. It's big. Damn it. All right, 6:18. Do we leave? Oh my God. These fish right here, even, you wonder if they were here an hour ago or if they just pulled up. There are shallow fish. Oh, wait, that might be huge. Oh, wow. Okie doke.
Yo.
What's up, man?
What up, motherfucker?
Oh, just pre-fishing.
Is there a derby down there or something?
Yeah, I got a tournament on Saturday.
On Cayuga?
Yeah. Oh, I got one. It's a 10-incher.
Dude, that's the winning area.
Shallow, though. I'm catching them in like 2-3 foot of water on a square bill.
Oh, that's fun. I better get back to work. I'll talk to you later.
See ya. Oh, I got a giant. Well, I think I found the stretch that I'm fishing on tournament day. Practice is a wrap, giant bass, and that's what can happen at this particular body of water this time of year. If I don't catch some big ones, there's gonna be some big ones caught, so that'll be an exciting day of fishing no matter what. I'll see you guys in the next video for tournament day. Alrighty, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you saw in the previous video, practice for a multi-event tournament day of fishing. We've got NYKBF and Elite Kayak Fishing out here on Cayuga Lake. Let's take a look at the numbers. We have 94 anglers in NYKBF, and for Elite Kayak Fishing, we've got 109. Obviously, there's some overlap, including myself doing both tournaments, but it's going to be a crowded lake out there. There's a boaters tournament going on at the state park too, so I don't know. It's going to be an interesting tournament. Practice-wise, it was okay. Found a couple of stretches of fish, but that was really it. A lot of small ones, caught a couple of big ones, but man, it was just not the typical Cayuga Lake in the spring that I'm used to. But at least we found a little something, a little pattern. The only curveball today are the conditions will be much different. Our practice was all rainy, cold, wet, overcast. Today it's calm, beautiful, sunny. Not exactly sure what that's going to do to the fish, but game plan is always grind it out, fish what I know, try to make the right decisions at the right time, fish clean, just try to get 5 fish and go from there. So it's 5:48. We can launch our boats at 6. First cast 6:30, last cast 2:30. All photos uploaded to applicable applications by 3. And then we're going to the Elks Club in Seneca Falls, New York at 4 o'clock. Let's head out in the water, get this tournament started. Here we go. Man, oh man, that was the longest 30 minutes ever. Like, first of all, I think that was the shortest run I've ever made for a tournament. Literally about 70 yards down the bank from the ramp. And then obviously first cast, I had to wait for it. There are bass boats buzzing everywhere, there's kayaks everywhere. This is going to be a madhouse today on the upper north end of Cayuga Lake. As I was sitting here, I saw a ton of fish, not only on my graph, but on my side of the thing too. Could have been carp, but I was seeing bait in here too, bait balls, and whew, that could make for an interesting tournament. This place was by chance loaded, but I don't know if it's going to work like that. There you go. He's not even really nettable. There's one. Small little keeper. I gotta get that limit first. Little keeper. start. Good sign, at least one ate the crankbait still. That was our pattern. Cranking. Be better. Might be better. I don't know. I gotta net them all. I don't know, he's like gotta be a keeper. It's a keeper, but man, these are the ones we were catching in practice. They seem to either be dinks or oh, I don't even think that's gonna keep. Oh man. That's gonna be like really close. No. Dang it. Why did I think that was way bigger? I don't know why I thought that was way bigger. I mean, I grabbed the net. For crying out loud. It's alright. Still getting bit on a bait that we caught a couple of big ones on during practice, so I'm going to take that as a good sign. Just got to run across the right ones. Getting ahead of ourselves. Let's get 5 first. There we go. There's the big one. Oh yeah. Stay on, buddy. Oh god, that's a big one. Please stay on, dude. Yes. Yes, that's the quality I knew was in here. Yeah, that's the quality. Quality. Thank you, sir. Yes. Gotta be a little secret about this picture. That's one of the right ones right there. Just behave. That'll do. Just ran that same stretch with the same bait. I don't know how many other boats came through it. There's probably at least 2 or 3. And everybody apparently missed that fish, including myself, but I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think a lot of these fish, like we were hoping, and I could still be wrong, but the theory and the hope was that these areas would reload with fish, and there'd be fish moving up, because there's the main creek channel right there. You can see it marked by buoys, and you just hope that those fish using that channel to transport or move or whatever they're doing come up shallow and take a peek. Man, that feels good though, to get a big one early. Feels real good. Little keeper than I think. Yeah, it's getting really close. That's what, 12 1/4? There. Number 3, we'll take them. Keep chipping away at that limit. Just got to get 5 first. It's funny, this is kind of just like the fish we were catching in practice. It's either a great big one or a real small one. Not really a lot of in-between fish. Alright, folks, almost 9 o'clock. I don't know if the bite's slowed down or if we just kind of beat the area up, but I'm kind of feeling like it's time to move. I think we'll fish our way through this stretch and then make a move to, well, we only had one other little stretch where we caught fish. It was actually very similar to this. A lot of trees and not really any docks, but that little stretch is the only other thing I have as far as where I caught fish in practice. I don't know, man. I know the day's still early. We got till 2:30, but I just kind of feel like this one might be a grinder. Lots of casts for a couple of bites. I'm okay with that, so long as we get the bites, but this ain't gonna come easy, I know that. There we go, finally. Come on, number 4. I don't think it's very big, but you know what? I'm gonna net him just because. Net every fish. Alright, this is the other little stretch we had from practice, so maybe there's fish on it, at least one. Yeah, little fella, but we'll take him. Need you to cooperate, sir. A little photo. Man, another dink. The most dangerous position to have this fish in. Alright, number 4. $9.39, one more for a limit. Gotta get rid of a lot of fish though after we get this 5th. Assuming it's a dinker, but I'll take what I can get at this point. Number 5 we just caught. It was 14 inches. Same cast as the one we just caught. That was number 4. And this stretch is where we caught our big one in practice too, so I'm hoping we have a shot at a big one. We got one big one and like a 14 and a couple of what, 12s and 13s. Gotta get rid of 3 of those for sure, preferably 4, no matter what the size of the limit in a tournament. Getting 5, that is a huge weight off the shoulders. So much relief. Ah, come on, where are the big ones? Almost 10:30, 2 hours left to fish. Man, half the day just about over. It goes so fast. Tournaments just go so fast. Got a decision to make soon. Cover new water or fish through the 2 productive stretches we've already fished. I'm leaning towards cover new water. I know that's a little bit of a gamble because I do feel like we can keep catching fish if we grind it out at these spots. The only problem is we've had what, 6 fish and only one of them's been a big one, so that percentage, I don't know, it's just, that doesn't look too promising. I think there's more of a risk in covering new water, higher risk, but potentially higher reward. Tough call, tough call. I haven't looked at the leaderboard yet. Oh look, a perch followed it up. I haven't looked at the leaderboard yet and don't want to know, but I'm just gonna assume people are cracking them. That's a fish. That's a fish. It's a fish. We went out a little deeper. A foot side 7. It's a cold fish. I think it's a cold fish. I don't know. Gotta get rid of what, a 12? I think it'll call. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty small. I think we gotta get rid of the 12. I should probably check. I have 13. I think I got rid of 12. I think I gotta get rid of a 12 3/4 now. I think. It's 11:30, got 3 more hours to fish, and I've kind of 90% made up my mind that we're just gonna continue beating up this stretch all day. I want to cover new water, and I was even kind of considering changing spots, like picking up the kayak and driving somewhere else, but man, it is, and I know you guys can't tell, especially with the GoPro obviously, it is crowded out here. It's not even worth it. It's not worth trying to squeeze in anywhere, and definitely not trying to pick up and launch somewhere else and trying to squeeze in somewhere else. That to me is just a waste of time. And I don't know, I think right now, even though I'm not in love with it, my best option is just fish these stretches that we've been fishing, getting a few bites here and there. Just cross our fingers that, what'd we say, that fish would move in. It's warming up, sun's out. You'd imagine maybe some of the fish offshore a little bit, maybe come up shallow and start feeding up. I've seen, I mean, tons of dead bluegill and panfish, and I've also seen a little tiny shad too, so I think the crankbait covers those bases, and obviously it's been getting bit. So I don't know, that's my mindset right now for this particular situation. I just feel like you gotta grind her out here, try to upgrade, get lucky obviously, and that'll be that. There we go, there's a big one, there's a big one. Oh come on baby, I need you bad. Oh, it's barely hooked, barely hooked. Come here, come here. Come here. Come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. I need this one bad, like bad, bad. Oh. Yes. Yes, that's the good one. Man, oh man. Maybe the color change helped, I don't know. Finally a decent call. 16.5, we'll take him. Finally got a call, like a decent call. Come on, baby. Kind of moved off the bank a little bit. It's not like much deeper, it's still like 3 to 5 foot out here. Big one. Feels like a big one. Yeah, it's a callfish. We're in it. He's not bad. Not bad at all. Actually, he's better than I thought. Holy crap, he didn't even fight. Dude, that's what I was saying. It can happen so fast out here. It's a good call right there. So the color change, or was it the area? I don't know. Yeah, it's not a half bad one actually. It's probably 17. Did you touch 17.25 though? Yeah, 17.25. Man, thank you, sir. I'm glad we stuck around and didn't explore new water, because for right now, that was the right choice. Grind her out all day. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh man, good call on the jig. I swear I caught a couple of those fish right there. Figured let's slow her down. It worked. It's gonna get rid of our 13, I think. Well, I hope you don't flop. It's the most dangerous position to have this fish in. I don't know why I'm doing this. It calls up an inch. Funny, there's like nothing out there really that I can tell. pretty much the same general region we caught our last 3 crankbait fish, so decided to slow down with a jig. I don't know. I don't know. Looks like there's a little rock out there, actually. Oh, that's a bite. Shoot. Could have been a little dinker, though. Got bit again. Something's biting it down there. What's biting you? Somebody's biting you. Just the little ones tapping at it though. Dude, there's like little fish hit this thing. It's kind of funny actually. It makes you want to keep throwing back though. Probably a little perch or bluegill. But a big old bass would feel just about the same. Little tick tick. It's just the moment where you set the hook, if it bows over or not. Come on. No, I don't. No, I don't think it'll call. I don't think that's gonna call 14 inches. No. Well, 24. 2 more hours. Gotta get rid of those 14s. Got a pair of 14s. We gotta get rid of the, like, ideally like a 21 and a 20. I don't know, that might be wishful thinking. Perch? They have to be little perch or bluegill. There's the one. There's the one. Yep. There we go. Thank you. I was waiting for those little taps to have a big old rod bend. It's not as big as I thought, but that's gonna get rid of that 13 or 14, one of the 14s. Man, thank you, sir. Not very big, but I'll take her. Alright, 16. Thank you, sir. Let's keep dragging that jig. Keep dragging that jig. It's like old school jig fishing right here. Not to say I'm old school or was part of old school jig fishing, but I've heard of it. It's really just making a cast and feeling the rocks, feeling where your jig's actually sitting and moving. That's been the key for that bite. And then even the perch bites or bluegill bites, every one of those bites has been in the rocks. So there must be like a little rock pile off here or something. Oh no! Oh, that was... Dude, that fish picked it up and... Oh my god, he bent me out. He bent the jig out. I'm pretty sure that fish picked it up and was swimming right at me. I don't even think I really brought many black and blue jigs. I don't even think I did. One more maybe? Of the finesse ones. Oh, a couple. That's good. No, not one. I think that was... Bent the hook out. That's sad. I mean, boy, that, I don't know what to say about that one. Getting bit now. Crankbait bite kind of died off a little bit. I don't know if these fish kind of settled on the bottom and moved out a little deeper. Oh boy. Loosen the drag just a touch. Be cool if there was like 100 inches of bass sitting out there. I mean, cool if we could catch them, really. I know I keep mentioning this, and I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but this would be kind of a good situation, I'd imagine, to have live scope, just to pan over there and see what's over there, what's swimming. Oh, something got it. Come on. I need to get rid of that 14 for sure. About an hour left to do it. Oh my god! My drag was not set right, and that's a kicker. Oh man. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, he's barely hooked. He's barely hooked. He's barely hooked. That's what I'm talking about right there, man. That's what we were waiting for. You're no perch. You're no perch. Oh, not a giant, but man, are these fish shrinking every time they get in the boat? I think I can get them to touch 18 1/4. Hole right there. Well, that makes me happy, guys. Yes, I know we're not near 100 inches, and that's, yeah, I really haven't even looked at the leaderboard yet all day. That's just something I don't really want to do, especially when I know it's going to be a smash fest. But no, I'm happy with that bag. Really happy with it. I'm assuming people are crushing them, and I don't even know if right now we have a bag that's even top 20. But personally, after the pre-fish and, you know, just kind of making some changes today, mainly that crankbait deal was really all I had. A couple of areas, a couple of stretches of water, and it just never really happened. I mean, we got a few, but I think I just made the right decisions today to really give myself the best chance possible. Even if it wasn't the greatest chances, I maximized the chance, if that makes any sense. So hey, we got about an hour left. I mean, we got to get rid of, I think it's 16 now, so catch like a 20, 21, that's a big call. Happy with the first 7 hours of this tournament, at least. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. What the heck? I don't know. We gotta get rid of the 16. I still don't know. Really? He might. No, he won't. He's a meatball, but he won't get rid of our 16. Oop. Okay, Q30. There it is, folks. 2:30, tournament over. Had a fun day. Had a really nice day. You know, happy with it. Personally, I had a game plan executed, made some adjustments throughout the day to get an okay bag. I mean, it's not going to make a dent in this tournament, but no, it was a fun day. Good day of fishing out on Cayuga Lake. I'm going to make my way back to the ramp, upload my last photos. We'll head to the Elks Lodge for awards, and then we'll recap this tournament. But no complaints. It was a good time out here today. All Alrighty guys, that is going to do it for our lone tournament in New York. Again, it was the NYKBF event in conjunction with Elite Kayak Fishing out on Cayuga Lake. Rough numbers, probably about 130 to 140 people out there in kayaks fishing alongside a boat tournament. And just as we had imagined, it did not disappoint. There were some monster bags caught, huge limits, big fat pre-spawn fish. What a showing for this lake. But just to recap our tournament, we had a game plan. We had a couple of stretches we found in practice, catching them on a square bill. Launched the boat. First spot was, geez, maybe a minute away, so easy to get there. Waited the 29 minutes for first cast, made that first cast, started fishing shallow. I knew in my head that to give myself a chance at catching a good limit and some solid fish, I'd have to commit to a pattern, beat these areas up most of the day as the lake would be very crowded, and then try to figure out a little something as the day progressed. Again, different conditions today. It was sunny, it was warm, so I knew there was potential for new fish to move in. Got off to a decent start, caught a fish probably within the first 30-40 minutes, a small one, but a good sign that they were still eating the crankbait. Caught another one shortly after that, but it was a short one. That was kind of the deal of all the practice and even tournament. It seemed to either be a really small one or a really big one, but as luck would have it, I think within the first hour and a half, hook up again on that little square bill. Ends up being a big one, get it in the net. Second keeper of the day, a nice 19¼ inch fish, so a huge confidence booster with that fish. We end up squeaking out one more fish from that area for 3 fish in our limit, and then just not feeling it. I feel like I've kind of gone up and down this bank so many times that the fish aren't there, or at least they're not there right now, so I decide to make the run to our next stretch of water. I think within the first couple of casts, we had 2 keepers, 2 small keepers to fill out our limit, almost back-to-back casts. So feeling good, happy to have a limit. Only one of those fish, unfortunately, is one that I know can be in the bag at the end of the day to have a chance at this one. Beat that stretch up pretty good, and you know what? They weren't there. We were fishing shallow, probably 15 to 20 yards off the bank in 2 to 3 foot of water where we had some big bites in practice and just came up empty. So decided to move out a little bit deeper, and when I say a little bit deeper, I'm saying like 4 to 5 foot, and then started catching them. Started getting some bites on the crankbait. I figured, all right, well, maybe these fish just kind of relocated a little bit further off the bank, and I said to myself at this point around 11 o'clock that I need to commit to this stretch of water for the rest of the day. You know, tournament's half over, can't really afford to spot jump or even pack up and try somewhere else, so that's what we did. We grinded the spot out the rest of the day. I think one of the crucial changes that we made was changing the color. I don't know why, but in the afternoon, and I noticed this in practice, was when the sun got up, we changed from that chartreuse blackback to that firetail craw. I really like the fact that it has that like little orange, that bright orange piece on the back. I think they just key in on that and they eat that, and they were eating it a little bit better. So I think that definitely helped. We caught a few more on that one, made some key upgrades. And then a big moment too for me was reading the conditions and realizing the bite had slowed down. I had thrown that crankbait until my arm was about to fall off. So we decided to pick up a little finesse jig, black and blue jig with a Berkeley chiggerbug trailer, and basically what I say, old school jig fishing. Throw it out there, feel the bottom, and just slowly work it back in. And there were actually a couple of spots that I caught fish on the crankbait that I figured out with that jig by feeling the bottom that there was more rock. You could feel there was a difference in the bottom contour. It must have been like a small little rock pile in these certain areas, and that's where we were getting our bites. I just threw it past that rock pile, was dragging it in, got bit. Small call, happy with it, gave me confidence in throwing the jig, something I didn't get bit in practice with. The other thing too, we were swinging and missing quite a bit, but those weren't bass. There was a lot of perch in the area, so a lot of dead bluegill in the area. That was also a sign to me that it's warming up. This is like the first really warm day since I've been in New York, and the lake is coming to life. The fish are moving up shallow, the bass, the bait fish, the panfish, and I think a lot of these perch or bluegill were munching at that jig, and I'd swing and miss, but that gave me confidence that there were big bass around. Every time I'd swing, I was just hoping that it would double over instead of whiff. And finally, after a couple of whiffs, felt that tick, set the hook, rod doubled over, a nice call, and I pretty much kept that jig in my hand for the rest of the day. We ended up getting one more fish to get rid of our small 14-incher and have a solid bag. 87 inches, we ended up in, I think, 22nd and 23rd place respectively. And also, little tidbit of information, the bass boat tournament that went out that day took over 30 pounds to win. So, I don't know. I've said this before, but I feel like when you come to New York, especially this time of year, it's basically just a bunch of mini clear lakes that haven't been fished for the past 6 months. So fishing's phenomenal, there's no question about that. And got to give a huge shout out to the local club here, NYKBF, and then Elite Kayak Fishing out of the Northeast for putting on a phenomenal tournament. Super well organized, great communication, well ran. And then just the awards too at the Elks Club, extremely professional. They had a stage, they had, videographers, photographs, trophies, awards, giveaways, raffles. Honestly, probably one of the best award ceremonies that I've ever been a part of. Huge shout out to those clubs for putting on a tremendous tournament and just an overall great event, a lot of fun, and some fantastic fishing. But guys, that's the video. That's the tournament video for New York. We're here for about another week, so I think I'll probably get maybe 3 or 4 more trips in, which I'm excited because the fishing just seems to be getting better. As always, thanks for watching, for coming along. New York video number 4 in the books, and I'll see you guys in the next one.